If you have a great campsite view and you want to be able to enjoy it in an RV that is affordable, this right here is the one. This is the Hideout 31 Sunroom, and man, this thing has windows for days. All right, so let's get into it, because this is a really cool design. It's something that's new for 2026. There's a lot of unique things that they've done in this one that I really like. There's a few things that I personally would change, but I want your feedback. As I go through some things, I'm gonna bring some things up, kind of what I feel, what I think they should change. But again, I'm just one person. I wanna know your thoughts and see if we're on the right track, maybe make something that is super, super great, or if you think it's great just how it is. So let's get into the 31 sunroom, starting off with this living area. You saw the big windows behind me, but the great thing about this sunroom is you get this right here. You have this big L-shaped sofa. You have recliners right here so you can kick back and relax. And as you would expect, that is going to be directly across from the TV. Now, personally, due to the size, like you have all this space, I would have liked to have seen a little bit bigger TV in here. Let me know your thoughts. I would like to see something just a little bit wider, a little bit taller to help fill in that space. I understand that you're pretty close, so you may not need it, but if you're sitting in the bar top, which, is kind of right back here, it may be nice just to have something a little bit bigger. Again, not a deal breaker. I don't think that's crazy. Speaking of this, I am not crazy about the sunroom up top. I know a lot of people like their lights. It is definitely something that's different. It's lit up. Let me know your thoughts. I don't know, maybe they could bring something down, do some storage, have like some LED lights on the bottom just to kind of help shine behind the TV perhaps. But let me know your thoughts. Do you like this? Would you swap it out with something else? Let's hear about it. Let's talk about it, because I think there is some room for improvement there. While we're up here, though, this is awesome. That is your Fury & Chill Cube. That is an 18,000 BTU AC. Help make sure things stay nice and cool, which realistically you're probably going to need because there are so many windows. And we'll get to that point in just a second. Right down here is going to be your fireplace. That, of course, is an additional electric space heater to kick out some heat. Some storage off to the side. Our entertainment center is going to be right over here. And then, as we saw previously, well, you get some pretty artwork. But more importantly, you have all this window space. Now, here's kind of the catch-22 with windows, right? We get great views outside to, well, the parking lot here and people, but you can imagine, right? This is oceanfront, this is woods, this is, looking out to your beautiful campsite that you've manicured, whatever it may be. But, we don't have really any way to keep a lot of heat out. We have the curtains here, and they are somewhat thicker than what we normally get, but it's not thick enough, in my opinion, to block out a lot of heat. What I personally would have liked to have seen is a lot of manufacturers have like the reflective, they have like the shades that have the reflective back. I wouldn't have mind seeing those to help reflect and keep some of the heat out in the middle of the day. But then again, then you're losing some of the window. So let me know. Would you do something different? Do you think it's perfect just the way it is? I think it looks really nice. Aesthetically, I personally love this. I wouldn't mind seeing like a temperature test, let science to kind of find out how well or how cool it can stay. I can tell you right now, it is, well, it's not too warm. It's 65 degrees out right now. It's very, very comfortable in here, but I guess that is to be expected when it's only 65. Right over here is, again, something that's going to be pretty unique. This is a high top table. I really like this from the standpoint that I love having a high top table behind the couch, being able to see the TV. I think this is cool. However, it is bolted to the floor, and it's kind of right in the center here. So, I'm not sure. I feel like it's kind of, it feels out of place, right? Like maybe you can put two chairs on the other side and fill it out a little more. But if you have one here, it's going to get in the way of the fridge. Here's my thought, right? What if we do this? And again, maybe I'm crazy. What if we put a slide here and push this out, which moves the couch from here kind of down to about here, right? And then you have a lot more open space. And then instead of this bottom window, we put in the table like Jayco has that extends out. It pulls out, right? And then you can have 4 chairs here. That way you still have a walkway, but you have a table, and then you can still look out to your campsite, be able to utilize that window space. I feel like that may be a better setup, but again, I see what they're going for with the design, with the high top. Let me know your thoughts. Do you love this? Do you hate this? Do you want to change it? You know, are you great just the way it is? Let's talk about it. I want to get that back to the manufacturer because, again, it is something that's very unique. Kind of over on this side in our kitchen is going to be a slide-out storage here. We can see our refrigerator, microwave, more storage, 3-burner recessed cooktop there, outlet for coffee maker, or you can put it right over here, but I'd probably save this for prep space personally. Then you can see down here you have some additional drawer storage and you have the central vac. As for the rest of the kitchen space, that is going to be right over here. So of course we have our stainless steel looking sink, we have a little drying rack, cutting board, our high-rise two-tone faucet there. Great prep space, as I mentioned, as well as inverted outlet. Storage down below, and yes, they even give you a dedicated place for a trash can there, as well as some additional storage space right over to the side. Now, I know it's not a ton, but hey, anything is better than nothing. You will also see paper towel holder up top, as well as additional storage all across the top there. As we come through the hallway, again, another large window right here. Over to this side is the bathroom, and you will notice right here is the toilet. It is a porcelain foot flush lever toilet. I know that there is a vent here. I would have liked to have seen the vent in a furniture in the bathroom, simply because, you know, if you miss, it may make a mess. If you have any like leaks or anything, it can get down into the heating system. You know, so that's, again, not a deal breaker, but that placement is a little tough. It's out of the way. It's out of the way. You're not going to step on it, which is good. But like I said, I would like to have seen it in the furniture. And then right down here is going to be our vanity. You can see some storage, toilet paper roll, a little bit of storage here underneath. And in fact, it's actually quite a bit. You have enough for a trash can. I like this. This is kind of cool, right? You have like a built-in shelf. I think this is actually pretty smart. It's something that's minor, but I really like that. You get the window here, and how cute is that? They use the Keystone logo to make a towel holder. Man, clever, clever. Over to the side, you have a linen closet, or linen storage. I guess I wouldn't call it a closet. You also see your inverted outlet plus your tankless water heater. Now, as for the shower, I will step in here just to kind of give you an idea of height. I'm 6 foot tall. Man, I could be 6'2", 6'3", still be able to stand in here no problem, which is pretty great. We have the Oxygenics shower head right up here. You know, you have kind of like this design on the wall surround, as well as a small built-in shelf right over to the side. Last thing I do want to touch on in the bathroom here is right above the toilet. I like this too, right? Like, again, they've done a really good job kind of with like the Keystone branded accessories. So you have a towel rack, you have a couple additional storage shelves right up above. Again, I just think that's some pretty smart design there. And then as we head right in here into the bedroom, you'll see wardrobes on both sides, storage all across the top, second AC right here in the bedroom to keep things nice and cool. And then behind the wardrobe, you have additional shelving right back there. So if you have a CPAP or something like that, you have a good place to put it. Of course, we have lights, queen bed with storage underneath, and you can see that you have a couple bins. It is easy access, as you can access it right through the front here as well. Whoop. And then right over to this side is going to be some additional storage on both the top and bottom, as well as TV hookup right over here to the side. Now, of course, the big selling point of this one, though, is going to be out here with the big windows. So, speaking of outside and windows, why don't we head outside, take a quick look at some of the outside features. Let's take a look at some of the outside features. Starting off right up front, you can see the power tongue jack here. You have your two 20-pound propane tanks, rails for your battery, as well as the 12-volt distribution box. And as you can see, that one does have the battery disconnect. You have the rock guard coming up the front, as well as the large front cap here, nice smooth aluminum going all the way across. Now as we come around to the side, one of the really cool things on the Hideout is going to be the pass-through. They do some things here that I really like. One is the fact you have storage for an outdoor table, so you always have a table with you. You can just bring this right to the campsite. You also see you have storage for rods and reels here in the front, and this is completely waterproof. You can see you have drains on both sides. They put some water in here just to kind of show you, but this is a patent pending design with the waterproof pass-through. That is definitely something that is really cool, and you can see how big it is. That's a huge opening there. Coming around to the side, we'll drop down. A couple things here. You see this one does have the propane quick connect. You also have the power stabilizer jacks. Of course, you have a control here for the front ones, another one in the back for the rear ones. A couple outside speakers as well as TV hookup for entertainment. Take a look up top, you can see the power awning with LED light, and this one does use the retro aluminum siding, which instead of being like a single panel, you can see it's kind of like 3 panels together. It is going to be thicker as well, so less chance for any kind of dents, and it's a little bit different paint on here. It's definitely the preferred aluminum siding when we're talking the aluminum. You'll also see the Hideout there with the new Keystone symbol. You get the upgraded More Ride step above steps. These have aluminum treads on them so that they're not going to rust. The grip tape, these of course just fold up into the door. Grab handle there as well. And then as we mentioned when we were inside, you can see just the massive windows that you have here, really giving you a great view to the campsite itself. Now when we come around to the back, there's just a few other things. I guess I can't really get back there. But I'll show you that you do have a spare tire mounted here on the back. You also, right up top, have backup camera prep as well as ladder on the go prep, so you can get a telescoping ladder to climb up on the roof. And on the other side, you know what, actually, let me go around to the front. Hold on. And on this side, there's a couple of things I want to show you here. You can see right here, you have essentially your water hookups. You have the black tank flush, your tank fill. You can see city water and everything is right here, so that is all mounted, nice and easy to use. You also have additional solar on the side if you have briefcase solar, but it is going to be prepped for roof mount solar as well, which is what we have right here. It is prepped for the inverter and prepped for tire pressure monitoring. So you have all sorts of preps. Basically, you know, it just depends on how you want to use your coach. You have all those options. Tankless water heater is going to be located right here. You can see if I drop down, you have a termination with both black and gray tank valves located here. And then the other thing I want to show you is going to be the slide system. You can see right here, this one is going to be a through frame slide, which I know a lot of people certainly prefer. So let me know what you think. You know, some of the design changes, do you think that's something that's good? Do you love it the way it is? I mean, again, I think they killed it. I think it's a super cool design, and it is at an affordable price. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Ian, and I'll see you.